Oh, there you go. All right, I'm live. And I'm sorry to be doing this to you folks that really care, all 5 of you, for these live broadcasts. I'm a little sporadic. I have to get a schedule down so you know when you can join. Hopefully, we get more people joining the live stream. But if not, it's recorded. Mike Vance. If not, it's recorded. You can watch it on YouTube at your leisure. Now, the show, Merry Christmas, Egyptian dude. What's up, bro? What's up, Sean? How you doing? And Mr. Nugget. Oh, JWP Ninja. Merry Christmas to you, bro. So, I'm glad you can join me. A couple of things I want to get out of the way. What's up, Kim? What's up? We will do that. In 2020, the Egyptian dude, me, we're going to go get in a car. We're going to go see Vance, and we're going to get some food, talk cars, shaving, whatever you guys want to do. And that's coming in 2020. The show today, I want to thank the Vance family for being great supporters of the show and for they sent me like this care pack for the holidays for Christmas. And I just want to thank you once again, Mike, and your whole clan. And I want to show you one of the products. There were so many products in the pack. You guys outdid yourselves. So, but I want to show you what's coming up for Sunday Shave. And then I want to talk to you a little bit of car talk. So this is going to be a Vance show today. Now, one of the viewers actually said, have you ever tried Goodfellow & Co.? And I never heard of them. I believe this is a Target brand, but Vance can let us know. But it looks slick. There's nice marketing. And if anybody knows me, you know I'm a sucker for marketing. Market it up really well. It's got a nice black handle here with their logo in an olive green. They talk about protective blades when not in use. What I read somewhere over here. Diamond coated blades made in Germany. 5-blade cartridges. Vitamin E lubrication strip. So I'll do an unboxing and a review of this. Thanks to Mike Vance, Kelly, and Caitlin coming this Sunday for the Sunday Shave. And as an accompaniment, sandalwood shaving cream from Taylor of Old Bond Street. And that looks nice. It took me like 15 minutes to open this up. But inside, there's a nice cream. Look at that. So I will be using this on this upcoming Sunday Shave. Thanks to the Vance family. Mike, you and your family, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. And thanks for the support for the show. I'm also going to steal a subject for this live from my boy Mike Vance. Sunday Shave. I'm stealing a subject from Vance. Look right there. Can you see that? What was your first car? Mike Vance is like a social media. Sorry about that. Mike Vance is like a social media king. He's posting all kinds of great stuff. And I believe you threw this up on Facebook, and he asked folks what their favorite car or first car was. And this is a 1986 Volkswagen Rabbit. Ford Fiesta. Now that's a nice car. What year? What year was your Fiesta? Now it's the holiday season. Toyota Corolla 2005, Mr. Sinatra. Look at that. 83. I'm old, see? 1986. I love this car. And I have to thank my pop. Here's another version of it in a tan. I have to thank my pop. It was, technically, this was not my first car. It was my first car that worked really well. My pop, my mom, and I, we went down and we got the first car. Actually, was a Reliant K car, and it only lasted a couple of weeks, I think. And then my pop said, let me put some money down and get this boy a real car. And he got me a silver four-door 1986 Volkswagen Rabbit with a Blaupunk radio. It was a Wolfsburg edition called the Gulf. There you go. And I'm telling you guys, I loved this car and wish I still had it. Does anyone still have their first car in the driveway? Or are you new? Is your first car something you just got? Like Katie and the Snowball. 2008 Toyota Corolla. 1984 Toyota Corolla hatchback. MK5 Golf. Great car. I drove my 1986 Volkswagen Rabbit. I drove the hell out of that car. It was beautiful. I drove it so much I totaled it. I had it for 4 or 5 years, and I totaled it on an icy road going to work. And Gulfs are really dope. I still drive a Toyota. What are you driving now? Yeah, I totaled that car. But this vehicle is the best, boy. Look at that. And that is what it looked like. 4-door, automatic, Blaupunk radio. It took off like a rabbit, and I loved it. Good. That's a really good topic, Mike Vance. May the force be with you too, Matt. What was your first car? You know, it's funny you say that VWs were much more reliable back then. I did have my share of visits to the shop, but similar to like a Jeep now, guys, you're not driving the vehicle because it's the most reliable thing. You're driving it, especially with the V-dubs back then, you're driving it because it was just the Beetle and the Bug, yeah. Honda Civic was also a nice car. What year, Matt? And do you still have your first car? Does anybody still have their first car? 1987. I would love to have that Rabbit. No. I would love to have that Rabbit. I watch a guy on YouTube. His name is Tom Cotter. And I believe back in 85, he bought a Volkswagen Rabbit. And he still has it. But he's a true car guy, this guy. He has a show where he goes around the country. It's called Barn Find Hunter. If any of you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link below. You got to check it out on YouTube. If you're a car guy, car girl, and you just want to veg out, he's got damn near 100 videos of him just going around finding old cars. And in the last episode I watched, they had tons of Volkswagen Rabbits from the 80s. They had the diesel Volkswagen Rabbit pickup, and they're both very sought after. So I'm wishing I had my 86 today. Vance asked me what my fondest memory of the Volkswagen Rabbit was. I don't have like one that comes to mind, but I'll tell you, in that 86 Volkswagen Rabbit, I learned the value of freedom. I had a buddy years ago. His name was Dave, still around, and he lives in Florida. Dave Olivieri was a big dude, and we would get together. He had a Dodge Daytona. I think he had an 87 Dodge Daytona. So we would alternate cars, and whenever we got like real bored, we lived in Jersey City. We'd get in the car, one of our cars, and we'd just drive. Now, this was before there was GPS, right? We're old. And we just get in the car, and we'd wind up hours and hours away. We called it night games, and we just talk about life. And totaled my golf. Oh, I totaled my Rabbit sliding in the ice. Yeah. So, Mike Vance, my favorite memory would have to be night games, sort of the aggregate of all of the night games I played with my best buddy at the time, and still good friend, Dave. We'd get out and we would talk about all kinds of things, all whatever mattered to you at 18 or 19 or 20 or whatever, what you were going to do in the future, who you liked, who you didn't like, all that stuff. But I learned that a vehicle gives you freedom. And I think that's why in America we love the automobile so much, because if you have an automobile that half near works, it represents freedom. And you can take that in all different directions. Freedom of expression, freedom of like just from literally point A to point B. Be your own individual. You buy a vehicle and you can change it. And I think that's what makes the Jeep brand such a great brand of enthusiasts, because there's so many modifications that you can do to your Jeep. You can change everything. And we love that. We love freedom. So I hope that answered your question. Your car becomes a friend. That's right. I killed my friend. I was rushing to work. I'll never forget it. I was rushing to work. I had just come off the flu, and I worked in a retail store, and I picked up these two girls that worked with me. And I'm going down this long road, and it was icy. And because I was a little under the weather and rushed, I took it a little bit too fast. And I remember there were two women. Lisa Casella was in the front, and in the back, Maria, I forget what her last name was, but she's in the back, tiny little woman. And I start slipping. Now, when you start to slip in snow, the worst thing you can do is slam on your brakes. It's like absolute worst. When you slip, you just want to let it kind of go. You don't want to add anything, no gas, no brake really. You want to try to let the vehicle right itself if it can. Maria in the back yells, "Ay, Dios mío!" It was like, and scared the hell out of me. I slammed on the brake and we slid all the way down this road, and I hit a high curb with the wheels turned this way, and I snapped the front axle. And that really kind of took, because I had so many mechanical issues after the years, and it kind of took me off the playing field. If I could go back, because someone else got that vehicle. Well, I think the insurance totaled it out. But I'm seeing a lot of shows now where people buy totaled vehicles. And if I had that 86 today, but that's the story for that. What did I replace it with? All right. So after I got the 86, or after I totaled it, I had very generous parents. My mom bought me my first new car. Like, we went to the showroom new. And I bought a 1988 Chevy Beretta for $8,000 at the time. And at the time, it was right on the line of standard AC. It did not, AC was an option. This was like a floor model. We got what we thought was a great deal, but it didn't have AC. It had roll down windows, no AC. It was like a standard, it was like a base model Beretta, but I loved it. It was gray. It was two-door, obviously the Beretta. They had the Lumina, I believe it was the Lumina or the Corsica. The Corsica was the four-door version. And I thought I was fresh until a few years later, everything started to break down and the peeling paint started. And the summertime came. Never buy a car in the winter if standard air is not an option, because you go, how hot could it get? And it was hot in that Beretta. But I drove that Beretta for years, even with the peeling paint. I remember my first job, I used to pull up in the peeling paint. People must have looked at me like, who is this clown? But I liked my Beretta, but GM, the 80s were not kind to GM. So in the spirit of giving, like the Vance family, and I'm telling you, the Vance, you guys have been givers all season long, and I want to thank you again. I need to call my pop and I need to thank him. I don't think I've thanked him the right way. Because when you're a kid, and I'm seeing that with my kids, it's not that you kind of expect your parents to take care of you, but you don't always know the financial impact that your decisions and your actions and your wants cause them. I don't know that I've thanked my pop for being there for me. He made me with that purchase part of who I am today because I like him. I mean, I love cars. He loves cars. I think later today, I'm going to give him a call and I'm going to thank him. And well, he should see this video because he should be watching all of my videos unless he's slacking. But Pop, I want to thank you for your commitment to me and giving me my first cars because, that was a great thing to do, bruh. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys in the spirit of giving for coming, for coming to the show and your friendship and supporting the show. And I hope you all understand and remember the value of this time of the year. It's not the rushing around. It's not the, what am I going to get the best product for, the best gift for you. It's really it is the spirit of the holidays, I mean, there's a religious component to it, but if you're not religious, it's still a warm time of the year. Merry Christmas to you, Pedro. Pedro is another great find in my life, and YouTube has given me some great friends. Pedro is a great guy and a great friend. I love you, brah. I miss you too. We've done 3 or 4 or 5 reviews of cars, and he's a car man. Pedro, what was your first car? I should know this. It was probably some sort of a Toyota because Pedro loves Toyotas. Corollas. Probably was a Toyota Corolla. VW Beetle, that's right. The Beetle. So we have that in common. What year, Pedro? 1965. Wow. Love it. What color, Pedro? Well, I thank you for watching these videos. Oh, it was white. I have an Uncle Troy, and I'm like calling out Troy right here. Troy had, I believe, I had 2 uncles. One of them has since passed away. So the first uncle, the oldest uncle, his name was Wallace Jr. We called him Junior. And he had a red, I want to say 63, if 65. It might have been a 65, whatever. They both had like Beetles in the 60s, right? So Wallace Jr. had a red Beetle, and my Uncle Troy, who I was always closer to, had a green Beetle. And when I was like 15, he said, because he had it in his driveway, when you get old enough to drive, I'm going to give you this Beetle. Oh, yeah, 1970. That's a good year, bruh. So the next time I come around and I'm old enough to drive, I'm like, where's my Beetle? He had given the Beetle away. And that hurt me to the core. It hurts me today. Now, the Beetles at the time were notorious for rusting out in the floor. So he said, the floor had rusted away. I had to do something with it. But, Troy, I'm still upset about that. I'll never forgive you for that one, brah. But he does have a 2005 Ford F-250 King Ranch that he could make it up to me for. In fact, I'm calling him today. I'm calling my pop, and I'm calling Troy. I'm gonna thank my pop, and I'm gonna ask Troy what's up with the King Ranch 250. Thank you, bro. Mike Vance, thank you. It's been a great year, and thanks for your support. Because of folks like you all on this stream, but specifically the Vance family, it's a lot of support, and I appreciate it. Amen to that. So, to close up, because I'm running around doing some last minute errands, and then I got to get back to work. But to close up, guys, this is the season to be thankful and to show your support to people. There's a lot of folks that don't really love the holidays for various reasons. There are some folks that are alone. So keep that in mind when you're at your parties. If there's somebody, maybe somebody in your family, you should go visit someone maybe that's older or that's alone. A call or just visit and shed the warmth or share the warmth. Pedro, your New Year's resolution is going to be taken care of. I believe I will be in Florida in February, brah. And we will definitely do a couple of reviews, and we'll go to one of the steakhouses, Lone Star Steakhouse, whatever you want to do, man. So, in closing up, thank you all for your support. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Think of someone else. Think of yourself, too. It's not a bad thing to buy yourself a nice present. If I could buy myself a 1986 Volkswagen Rabbit, I'd do it right now. That's right. Mike Vance lives what he says. You're a nice dude, Mike. You and your family, you have a great time. And I'll see all of you clowns next time, which will probably be like tomorrow or the next day. And Sunday Shave, thanks to the show sponsor, we're going to do the Goodfellow & Co. 5-blade razor, the fancy razor, and a little old school Taylor of Old Bond Street sandalwood shaving cream for this Sunday Shave coming up. Now I think I'm going to go get myself a nice sandwich. And then I need a device for my computer. I need a new mouse. So I'm going to get that and get back to work. All right, guys. Be good. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Kate pushing play. See ya.